On this episode of Lapeef, Let's Talk.
To work, then you need not leave any stone unturned, and therapy is a stone. So she had to be shown the condition of the streets, and what clicked in her mind was, I'm not going to be able to fight in these streets like I thought I was going to be able to do. So let me run back to my husband and see, can we make it work with a therapy session? Maybe I need to stay where I'm at because it don't look like I'm gonna do too good if I hit these streets like I want to. It's not the same as it was 15 years ago when I was in them. So so we know that it was frivolous. That's what I got out of it. It was whatever it was. It wasn't that serious, because watching a chick's DM, if something was really going on in my marriage that really made me want to leave, and I really could not content myself in that marriage, her DMs wouldn't have nothing to do with that decision. I'd have been like, girl, deuces, I'm out of here because I can't, with this marriage.
The second part is, do you see where that would be a problem for, say, another married couple where the woman has been imprinted on by another man, right? So like, even if we look at what people have been using as an example lately, the Will and Jada situation, right? Everybody understands that her first imprint, or at least what it seems like to us, was Tupac, right?
Yeah, I mean, yes, I think that that's true on both fronts. Okay. I think every single thing that happens to you in your life and who it is that you interact with is going to have an effect on what it is that what you do and how you're affected with the future people that you interact with. So I think it plays a factor across the board. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I think that's why, I was saying I kind of agree with what Amir and Crimson is saying, in the sense that women are emotional. They want that romance. They want the flowers. They want the candy. They want the Disney romance novel every day. And then when it doesn't happen, they're going out seeking that, right? There was a whole series on Netflix, Sex Life, right, where the woman had seemingly perfect life, kids, I don't know if you have all your high earner, but husband, perfect, right? But she lived in the suburbs. It was routine, and she was bored. So what did she do? She went and somehow connected back with some ex-flame that she had, and this is like a 12-part series on her going through this journey of trying to get with this man and reliving whatever passion. And so I think that does happen.
Marilla, are you watching a rom-com Netflix series?
I don't think that was.
It's really good.
Yeah.
No, it's really good.
You know what I'm talking about, Kay? Yeah, no, Anton ain't gonna watch that. He's not gonna watch
it. It's good.
Good try though.
All right, y'all. If anybody else got anything to say, we're gonna bring that one to a close. On to the next topic. Y'all,
I have something to say.
Go ahead, Kay.
So with that situation that you put up, the tweet or whatever, I don't know what it was, Facebook status, I'm not sure. Tweet, maybe a tweet. I don't understand why, we have to make all these assumptions. We don't know why the woman is leaving. I don't think it always has to be because they just were fooled or thought they were in some Disney movie. And I would definitely argue that the whole fantastical view of marriage and relationships is not only on women, in terms of being the ones who have those views. I definitely, in fact, I've specifically said a lot of men have this whole Disney movie situation as well, where they think there's just going to be a woman who's not going to say anything. They're going to cook and clean and just shut up. And they're never going to have an opinion, and they're just going to fall right in line. That's the exact same thing. And I'm not saying that all men are like that at all, but there is a sector of men that are, just like there are some women that have this same type of fantastical view of things. So I don't know. I just guess I don't think that it makes sense to just make all these assumptions. All the lady said is she's gonna move, was thinking about leaving her husband. We don't know what happened. So why even assume?
And you said all the lady said
in a Disney movie,
as though that's not a big deal. That's a big deal.
No, I'm not saying it like it's not a big deal. I mean, ending a marriage is a huge deal. I'm saying it like she didn't give us more information. All she said, as in, she only gave us like a very small portion of it. And I
I,
mean, I don't think, Anton, let's just say hypothetically, I know it's never going to happen. And I really believe that you and your wife are never going to get a divorce. I believe that truly. But let's just say hypothetically, I mean, would you necessarily get on a tweet and tell all the reasons why? Like, I mean, I don't know. I don't think we need to make all those assumptions about what other people are doing
there
without
was
enough
a homegirl
information.
that kind of told her business, but I think that the thing that we was drawn from is not necessarily whether or not she was going to get divorced, but it was the last part of that screenshot that said that more or less that women, who is it, women or men that gets content within a situation. I think that that's the thing that we was more or less discussing, and not whether or not she was going to leave. So all of the other stuff was just things that added into whatever it was that we was discussing. So I don't think that's as big of a factor as to whether or not women or men get more content as relationships go on and as they get older.
But if I can interject something as well, I think the even bigger question or the even bigger point that we're looking over, because all of us kind of skipped to the last part, but what about the first part? We may not be able to make accurate assumptions about exactly what happened and made her want to leave her husband, but what we can say is that it was frivolous, because if her friend showing the DMs would make her go and set up a therapy session, then that meant that she thought that a therapy session might actually help whatever was going on in her marriage. So she was willing to go back to the streets, to them streets, before she actually attempted to not leave any stone unturned with trying to make sure that her marriage survived whatever it was going through. And we don't know what it was going through, but whatever her marriage was going through, if you want that marriage and you want that man and you want that relationship to work, then you need not leave any stone unturned. And therapy is a stone. So she had to be shown the condition of the streets. And what clicked in her mind was, I'm not going to be able to fight in these streets like I thought I was going to be able to do. So let me run back to my husband and see, can we make it work with a therapy session? Maybe I need to stay where I'm at, because it don't look like I'm going to do too good if I hit these streets like I want to. It's not the same as it was 15 years ago when I was in them. So, so we know that it was frivolous. That's what I got out of it. It was whatever it wasn't that serious, because watching a chick's DM, if something was really going on in my marriage that really made me want to leave, and I really could not content myself in that marriage, her DMs wouldn't have nothing to do with that decision. I'd be like, girl, deuces, I'm out of here, because I can't, with this marriage.